Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, the first thing that we need to do is for this one, if you guys we're dealing with ellipses, first thing we have to make sure we do is determine, are we going to be dealing with a major axis of symmetry, or are we going to be dealing, is our major axis of symmetry going to be vertical, or is it going to be horizontal? So to determine that, let's just draw what we're given. All right now we're given is our foci, which is plus 5, minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember, our foci and its center is obviously at 0, 0. So remember, the foci, the center, and the vertices always lie on the major axis of symmetry. So is our major axis of symmetry horizontal or vertical?
Horizontal.
Horizontal, right? So now we've determined that's horizontal, we can write out in what the standard form is.
What if you just look at, if it's on the left side, which means it's going to be horizontal, and if it's on the right side, it means it's going to be vertical. Because you know the y is the vertical, and then the x, it's the horizontal.
Right?
You know, -5 plus 5.
Yeah, exactly. Your point. That's what you're talking about, the x and the y point. Yes. For this problem, for the foci, yes. Since your foci was dealing with the x, you know the x is your horizontal, major axis. Correct. So therefore, I'm going to have x squared, or x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 1. And then since this is a horizontal, remember our a, Paul, is going to be under our x squared, and our b squared is going to be under our y. Now remember, there's a couple things. Remember, a is your distance of your major axis of symmetry. So think of a, remember, that's going to be telling it, oh, that's that large axis of symmetry. Well, since the larger axis is under the x, which tells me it's horizontal, I know that this is going to be a horizontal, as my a is always larger than my b when dealing with my ellipse. So the next thing it says our major axis is 12, all right? And if you guys remember, if you look at my diagram, when I drew this diagram, I said your major axis is 2a, right? So therefore, 2a equals 12. Make sense?
Yeah.
Major axis, I show you guys right there in that diagram over there. Major axis from one vertex to the other is 2a. So they say that length is 12. So therefore, 2a equals 12, divide by 2, a equals 6. All right? So now we have a equals 6 for that. And so I can even plot those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's my vertex and my vertex. Okay? So what we need to do now is we need to determine what our standard form is. We need to find the standard form of the equation. Okay. So we know what a is. We know what c is, as c is our distance from our center to our foci. So I could say that c is going to equal 5, right? A is your distance from your center to your vertices, and c is your distance from your center to your foci. So the one thing, remember, to find out b is c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So I know that c squared is going to be 25 equals a squared, which is 36, minus b squared. So b squared equals positive 11, as you have a -1 right there, divide by -1, right? So we have b squared equals 11. So now what I can do is I can just plug my points. My center, which is h comma k, is at 0 comma 0. My foci is going to just give me my distance of c. C allowed me to find the distance of b. I know my a is 6, so I just write x squared plus y squared over 6 squared is 36, and b squared is equal to 11.
Isn't it square root of 11?
Equals 1. B is the square root of 11, but remember the format just wants us for b squared.
Yeah, so when you cancel it out.
So it's just 11. It's b squared equals 11. Okay? That's it.
So now b square root of 11 is square root of 6.
If you wanted to figure out b, yeah.